Man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered. Something is true, something but look at that, my God.
This is your boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the True Inferno. Back at it with another Pokemon Unite commentary video gameplay for you guys. And speaking of Pokemon, I can't remember if I have ever talked about Pokemon on this channel. I've shown y'all Pokemon gameplay with the Unite, but I don't recall ever talking about Pokemon on this channel. Well, all that's about to change within this video. So as we all know, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has been out for slightly over a week, and it broke a lot of records. It's done really well. It's like one of Nintendo's most successful titles in a while. And the same goes for Pokemon, a successful Pokemon title, obviously. Now, I got the games. I got the double pack, so I got both Scarlet and Violet. So I've been playing it for a bit. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. But we got problems. There are performance issues and glitches in the game. Now, granted, by the time this video drops, they will release the first patch for this game. So hopefully those issues and glitches have been taken care of. But this was still a groundbreaking issue, and it was so bad to the point where Nintendo was offering refunds in the Switch eShop. So here's the thing. Now, looking at, I'm going to read some few quotes that was captured from NintendoLife.com. So check this out. So one thread that's blowing up on the Pokemon subreddit recommends other players get a refund while they can, as Nintendo apparently knows just how serious the issue is. And here's a quote. I just got a refund from the eShop last night of Violet after feeling the game is not in a state I feel acceptable for a AAA release. The rep actually told me that given the situation regarding the state of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, she would elevate my case to ensure the refund was approved. It was approved an hour later. And I think we're going to continue with the quote here by saying, the fact that the rep knew the issues I was talking about means it's getting attention. This is one of the few things Nintendo/Game Freak will be forced to notice. Oh yeah, with end quote. But yeah, they obviously noticed it because they released a patch like what? It's barely been 2 weeks since the game dropped. So yeah, they already released a patch on it. Now, here's the thing. Let's get back to the article. Separate player reports via social media platforms also recommend giving a refund a go. Some have even been advised to view third-party review sites to learn more about Nintendo titles in the future, and others don't seem to be having quite as much luck. Depending on your region, it seems like certain support teams are knocking back digital refund requests. Here's part of one response. Twitter user Skeffy __ supposedly got from the Nintendo Contact Center European team. And here's the quote here. We're sorry to hear you're experiencing difficulties with Pokemon Violet. A lot of people got that one. We know that this won't be the answer you were hoping for, but for a variety of reasons, we are unable to provide refunds for Nintendo eShop content purchases. We tried to make sure this was clear before the transaction was made, both in agreement you accepted as well as on screen just prior to completing the transaction. Read through the complete text of the agreement for all our current systems. End quote. So, yeah, very interesting stuff there. So in some places, you're able to get a refund. In other places, not so much. So again, I just want to point out that this game has became the highest selling game on any Nintendo platform in the first 3 days, and shipped over 10 million units worldwide. In Japan, the game also became the biggest ever launch for a game in the country. So yeah, they making that moolah, but they still got these bugs and issues. Now, again, they are releasing a patch for this game. So if you got Scarlet and or Violet like I do, then obviously you got the patch. So with the patch, more likely, the chance of you getting a refund will be donezo. But then again, if the patch comes out and they fix all the glitches and bugs, do you really need a refund? Like, let's be real. Do you really need a refund? Now, let me say this about the game, and then we're going to talk about the return policies. So, Scarlet and Violet, to me, is a breath of fresh air because Sword and Shield, not a lot of people were high and mighty about Sword and Shield. they were when those two games first came out. But in terms of how things went over the course of the next few months and really years or so, whatever, they got tired of it because they felt like it's the same old format regarding how Pokemon games are always played. You gotta go here, and then you gotta go there to do gyms, then you gotta go there to do gyms, all this stuff. Yeah, they added other features into the game, but it's still, and despite the fact it's like apparently open world, it still felt like a same old Pokemon game. Now, when Legends Arceus came out, that felt open world to a degree, although you have to like explore worlds to advance in the story and things of that nature to open up new worlds, but it was still open world and it got that Breath of the Wild feel. But it wasn't a main series game. So people wanted that aspect to combine with a main series game, and that's what this is, Scarlet Violet. And there's more features rather, that would get us really going with the game. And it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty fun. So have I experienced any of these glitchy issues? A little bit. Like there's some like unrealistic glitches that make the game look unrealistic, like Pokeballs flying in the air and stuff like that. But nothing groundbreaking that made me go, oh my gosh, what the heck? But let's talk about the return policy. So I've talked about this in the past, and I'm gonna bring it up here. Steam and like the Battle.net and Microsoft, they have the best digital refund system out of everybody. So here's how it works. If you purchase a game online, you have 14 days to return the game. If you haven't played it, if you haven't touched it, or you have up to 2 hours, you can play up to 2 hours of that game before you can return it, something along those lines. But nevertheless, you can still return it. Even after playing it for a while, you can still return it. Sony, their mindset is this. You can get a refund as long as you does not download the game. So their return policy is trash, but they still have a return policy. So you can like, let's say you pre-order in the game, as long as you don't download the game because you may have got that game somewhere else, or you heard reports about the game being trash, and you want to cancel your refund, your pre-order, you can do that and get your full money back. But as long as you have not downloaded the game, you can get a refund, full refund on Sony's eShop. I forgot, the PlayStation Store, that's what it is. So a refund policy exists, but it's still terrible. But Nintendo, well, they're the worst because they have no return policy. So once you buy that game, it don't matter if you played it or not. It don't even matter if you download it or not. If you buy a game on the Nintendo eShop, that's it. There's no return policy at all. And that's terrible. That's horrible. So again, this is another case of Nintendo taking a step or two forward, but like 6, 7, 8, 9 steps back. Because it makes no sense that their competitors, if you know, like especially like Microsoft, have a much better return policy than them. And even to a degree, Sony, the PlayStation, have a better return policy than them. Nintendo don't even have a return policy. And that is trash. That is garbage. If Nintendo expects people to buy digital products from them, they need a return policy in case the game is trash or the game is broken to the point where you can't even play it. And that's the issue. They need to have some type of return policy like in-store credit. Like, oh yeah, you can return the game, but we're going to give you in-store credit so you can spend it on something. Something? They're like, no, you bought it. It's yours. We don't care if it's broken. It's yours. So, and I know, and especially with people want to go to digital distribution in the future, so you need to have a return policy for that. Otherwise, digital distribution with Microsoft, oh, I'm down for that. Digital distribution for Sony? Okay. I mean, I gotta watch what happens, before I download the game, but at least they have a return policy. Digital distribution for Nintendo? Heck no. They don't have a return policy. No. Now, I'm not saying if you buy a physical copy of the game and you open it, oh, you can easily return it. No, that's not how that works either. That's not the case either. But like, if you buy a pre-owned for GameStop, you can still return it within 7 days. If you buy a new game and it's broken, you can at least get another copy of the same game. Or if it's that severe, you can probably pressure that retailer to give you store credit or like a gift card so you can use it within that store or something. But Nintendo with their eShop, the fact that they do not have a return policy is trash, is garbage, and they really need to fix it. Because now people are going to be looking at Nintendo. I don't care how big of a name Nintendo is and how much child nostalgia Nintendo have. people are gonna be looking at them and saying, why in the world would I go to their eShop and buy anything? Like, why would I do that? So I want to say, basically at this point going forward, before you even think about buying anything digital from Nintendo, you better look up reviews. And I would probably suggest, like, you know what? I know it's easier to get it through download distribution for the eShop. You don't have to go anywhere. It already be downloaded. So when it hit midnight, bam, you can play it. I get that. But if you're going to get products like this, where you're going to experience glitches and bugs, and you're paying $60 or $70 for this stuff, bruh, it's going to be time for you to either move to physical or don't mess with Nintendo at all until they fix their return policy. So that's all I got. I'm going to call it a wrap. Oh, and before I go, there's another story involving Nintendo that got them in a negative light again. And once I get more news on that, I'm going to talk about that next week, assuming I remember. But I'm going to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know what this is. This is boy New Jay Gatsby, a.k.a. New Stephen A. Smith. Then peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.